What if hell isn't just a place, but a real door hidden somewhere on Earth? A door no one has ever opened and survived. Tonight, someone is about to find it. Rahat was a fearless urban explorer who loved visiting abandoned places for his videos. One rainy night, an old man handed him a worn-out map. A single location was marked in red, with 5 terrifying words: "The last door before hell." The old man looked into Rahat's eyes and whispered, "That door doesn't keep people out. It keeps something inside." Before Rahat could ask another question, the old man disappeared into the fog. The next day, Rahat followed the map deep into a forgotten forest and found the ruins of an ancient church. The place was completely silent. No birds, no wind, only a freezing cold air. Inside the church, a narrow staircase led underground. As Rahat walked down, his camera battery suddenly dropped from 90% to 10%, but it kept recording. At the bottom, he stopped. In front of him stood a massive black iron door covered with strange symbols. Across the center, written in blood-red letters, were the words, "The last door before hell." Rahat slowly reached for the handle. Suddenly, knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks came from the other side. Rahat looked around in horror. There was only one way into the chamber, and he knew no one had entered after him. Rahat slowly stepped back, his heart pounding. The 3 knocks stopped. For a few seconds, everything was silent. Then, a deep voice echoed from behind the iron door. "Rahat, open the door." His blood turned cold. He had never told anyone his name. With trembling hands, he pointed the camera at the door. The ancient symbols carved into the metal began to glow with a faint red light. Then, a slow scratching sound came from the other side, as if something with long, sharp claws was dragging them across the iron. Suddenly, the door moved, just an inch. A freezing wind burst out, carrying the smell of burned flesh. Rahat quickly pushed the door shut. Then, he noticed something terrifying. On the dusty floor, fresh footprints were leading away from the door. They weren't human. Each footprint had only 3 long toes, and they were heading straight toward him. Rahat slowly backed away, unable to take his eyes off the footprints. They stopped just a few feet in front of him, but there was nothing there. His camera suddenly started shaking on its own. When he looked at the screen, a tall, shadow-like figure was standing right behind him. Rahat spun around. Nothing. He looked back at the camera. The figure was still there, smiling. Then the screen went black. A loud whisper filled the underground chamber. "You opened it." Rahat froze. "I never opened the door," he whispered. The voice replied, "You moved it, and that was enough." Suddenly, the iron door slammed shut with a deafening... Rahat slowly stepped backward, unable to take his eyes off the strange footprints. They were fresh. 3 long toes, deep marks in the dust, as if something incredibly heavy had just walked across the floor. He followed them with his flashlight. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then, they suddenly stopped. There was nothing in front of him. only darkness. His breathing became louder as he slowly turned in every direction. "Who's there?" he whispered. No answer. Suddenly, his camera began to glitch. The screen filled with static for a few seconds. When the picture returned, a tall, black figure was standing directly behind him. Its body was unnaturally thin. Its arms almost touched the ground, and its glowing white eyes stared straight into the camera. Rahat quickly turned around. Nothing. The room was empty. His hands were shaking. He looked back at the camera screen. The figure was still there. This time, it was smiling. Then every light inside the underground chamber went out. A cold whisper echoed through the darkness. "You opened the door." Rahat's voice trembled. "No, I never opened it." A deep laugh echoed from every corner. "You moved the door, and that was enough for me to escape." Before Rahat could run, the massive iron door slammed shut with a deafening boom. The glowing symbols disappeared from the door, but something far worse happened. The stone wall beside him began to crack. From inside the wall, a long black hand slowly pushed its way out. Its fingers were impossibly long, ending in razor-sharp claws. The hand crawled across the wall like a giant spider, moving closer and closer. The camera lay on the cold stone floor, still recording. For several seconds, only static filled the screen. Then the picture slowly returned. Rahat opened his eyes. His shoulder burned where the black hand had grabbed him. He quickly stood up and looked around. The underground chamber was gone. The ancient church had vanished. He was standing in a place covered with thick black fog. The ground beneath his feet looked like cracked stone, glowing with faint red light, as if fire was burning deep below. The air smelled of ash and burned flesh. In the distance, thousands of voices whispered at the same time. Some were crying, some were begging for help, some were laughing. Rahat's hands trembled as he looked behind him. The iron door was still there, but there was no handle anymore, no way to open it, no way back. Suddenly, a slow sound echoed through the fog. Tap, tap, tap. Someone was walking toward him. A tall figure appeared through the darkness. It wore a long black robe that covered its entire body. Its face was hidden. As it came closer, Rahat noticed something horrifying. The figure had no feet. It was floating just above the ground. In its hand was a massive chain, dragging behind it with a metallic scraping sound. The figure stopped only a few feet away. Then it slowly raised one pale finger and pointed into the darkness. Rahat turned his flashlight toward the place it was pointing. His heart almost stopped. Hundreds of black iron doors stood in endless rows. Every door had a different name carved into it. Some names looked ancient. Some looked recent. Then Rahat found one door that made his blood run cold. Written across it in fresh blood were the words, Rahat. Before he could step back, the floating figure whispered in a voice that sounded like thousands of people speaking together. Every soul has a door, and yours has been waiting for you. The last thing the camera captured was Rahat reaching out for help. Then the darkness swallowed him. A second later, silence. The camera remained on the cold ground for several minutes. Then, without anyone touching it, it turned toward the iron door. Slowly, the words on the door began to change. The name Rahat disappeared. A new name started appearing, one letter at a time. The recording suddenly ended before the full name could be seen. Ending. 3 days later, rescuers found Rahat's camera inside the abandoned church. The video file was still there, but no trace of Rahat was ever found. To this day, people who watch the final 10 seconds of that recording claim they hear a faint whisper behind them. The next